What if reality was not made of matter, but of numbers? What if the universe runs on a hidden code, and someone discovered it 2,500 years ago? Pythagoras was not just a mathematician. He believed numbers shaped the soul, nature, and the order of the cosmos itself. For him, mathematics was sacred. Philosophy was not theory. It was a way of life. This is the story of the first programmer of reality. What if numbers were not just tools, but the secret code of the universe? For the Pythagoreans, math was not schoolwork. It was sacred. It shaped the soul, explained nature, and revealed a hidden cosmic order. This is the story of Pythagoras, and the philosophy that changed how we think. Pythagoreanism is a different path in philosophy. Pythagoreanism followed a very different path from earlier Greek philosophy. Before Pythagoras, thinkers from the Milesian School tried to explain nature using observation and simple theories. Their goal was to understand the physical world, not morality or religion. With the Pythagoreans, philosophy changed direction. They were not just a philosophy school. They were also a religious community, and even a political movement. For them, philosophy was not only about thinking, it was a way of life. Knowledge with a purpose is their key. The Pythagoreans believed knowledge was not neutral. It existed to serve moral and religious goals. This is why their interest in mathematics was not purely scientific. Numbers were sacred. They believed numbers expressed the order of the universe. When Pythagoras spoke about three types of people, the highest group, the spectators, were not people who studied just for curiosity. For the Pythagoreans, contemplation had moral value. It was a way to connect with the divine order of the cosmos. Philosophy and religion come together with Pythagoras. Philosophy returned to the service of religion. It became a path of purification and salvation. This moral and spiritual approach strongly influenced later thinkers, especially Plato. Plato's ideas about the immortal soul, the conflict between body and soul, and even his belief that ideas are connected to numbers show clear Pythagorean influence. Even his idea of the philosopher as a moral and political leader reflects this tradition. Influence on modern science. Pythagorean ideas did not disappear. They returned at the beginning of the modern age. Thinkers like Copernicus, Galileo, and Descartes shared the Pythagorean belief that nature is written in the language of mathematics. Although modern scientists rejected number mysticism, the Pythagorean focus on mathematics helped shape modern scientific thinking. The first idea of form is a very old question. The Pythagoreans also introduced an important philosophical idea: form. Earlier thinkers talked about a basic substance behind everything. The Pythagoreans asked a different question: what makes things different from each other? Their answer was limit. For them, form meant limit, and limit was understood through numbers. Because of this, Aristotle later said the Pythagoreans were the first to think seriously about essence. Even though their explanations were simple, their influence on Aristotle was real and lasting. Pythagoreanism changed philosophy forever. It turned philosophy into a moral practice, connected knowledge with spiritual meaning, and showed that mathematics can explain the universe. That is why its influence can be felt, from ancient Greece all the way to modern science. Pythagoreanism reminds us of something powerful. Knowledge is not only about facts. It can shape how we live, how we think, and how we see the universe. From ancient Greece to modern science, the idea lives on. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss new videos. Think deeper. Stay curious. Let's explore ideas together.